Hi all, welcome back. In our last session, we have seen what are containers and we have seen how to isolate the containers, and we have seen what are Dockers, and we have seen how Docker works. So now let's look at the actual things we build with Dockers. So now you just think of yourself as an city planner. So you just wanted to build the neighborhood. Now in Docker, you have four key things, that is images, and you have containers, and you have network, and you have volumes, right? So before you can build anything, okay, so you need a blueprint, right? So this blueprint is a read-only template which will have all the instructions to build a house, right? So what you mean by the instructions, like it will have the layout, it will have the materials used, and where you need to get windows, how many doors you need to require. Okay, so this everything, all the information will be in your blueprint. So in Docker, this blueprint is nothing but, or it is called as an image. So it will contain all your code, it will contain all your libraries, and it will contain all the instructions required or needed to create your application. Next is the container, or you can say, in our analogy, we are calling it as a house. So once you have the blueprint, you can build an actual house, right? So this house is a living, running instance of your blueprint. So the house is nothing but a container. Okay, so it's the real running application that users can interact. Okay, so users can go and interact with this running container. How it is getting? So you are creating a container from an image, nothing but a blueprint, and you are creating a house from a blueprint. Okay, so this is a simple example. Next comes your network. So if you want to communicate with anyone, okay, so for example, if you want to go and communicate with the residents who are living nearby, so you need to have roads, phone lines, or the internet cables, right? So in Docker, this is the network. Okay, so we are calling it as the network. Okay, so networks allow your containers to communicate with each other. Okay, so this is how your containers will communicate with each other, how they are communicating using something called network. Okay, so that they can work together. Simple example, like if your application needs a database, so how you go and connect with your database using a network, right? So that is how the network is useful and very important in the Docker world. Next comes your volumes. Remember that in Docker, by default, any data inside a container will be lost when a container is deleted. So I have created a container, and when I'm doing a lot of things, okay, so I'm storing a lot of stuff here, and when I'm going and deleting this container, all my data is not available, nothing but everything will be deleted. So here a volume, okay, so a separate storage space will be attached to your container, so that all the data will be stored in that volume. Okay, so even if you are removing this container, your data will be intact. So in this example, when we are saying, for example, if you want to dismantle your house, or if you want to move out from your house, you will have something called, like, will be whenever we are building houses, we'll create some secure basements, right? So in this basement, you will have all the equipment, or you say belongings, valuables. Okay, so everything you are sharing, you are storing there. So even if you move out of the house, you dismantle your house, whatever you do with the house, all the data will be intact, so that you can use it, or you can take it to the next house, or you can bring or attach this to the next containers as well. Okay, so this is very important with respect to the volumes. So to build our application, we start with the image. right? From this image we create our container, right? So to have a communication between the containers, we need to have the network, and if you want to save the important data, we need volumes. Okay, so this is a simple analogy, like how you need, like whenever you're building your house, you need a blueprint. With blueprint you will have your house, and if you want to communicate with your neighbors, you need to have roads, you need to have cables, data, internet cables, and phone cables, phone lines. And if you want to store anything, you will have your belongings, everything to be stored in the basement. Okay, so this is complete analogy of what we gonna build with Dockers. Thanks for watching this video and have a great day. Bye.